Welcome to the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast. Fandom, fun, funny. Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast.
Well, hey there. Welcome to the Kind of Nerdy Girls. Yay! Why is our kind of nerdy dude like get top billing? Get out of here.
It's the beard. It's got to be the beard.
All right. I see people are showing up. We love when you're here. Make sure that you put your crew number in the comments. And also, if you don't have a crew number, join the KJ crew. Go to kjcrew.com. That's KJcrew with a K.com. I don't know what's going on out there, but Johnny Storm. Yes, we're even nerdy about Johnny. Our cats. He is like he is singing the song of his people right now.
Good boy.
So we've got two things to talk about tonight: Daredevil Born Again, and what we're going to do now that we don't have Daredevil Born Again. So welcome to the show.
Well, speaking of your cat, Johnny Storm, did you guys see the really small teaser that they released with Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm? It was so small. It was like 5 seconds. It was literally.
But any Johnny Storm is good Johnny Storm. Oh yeah.
It was just a clip of him saying to Sue and Mr. Fantastic, "Oh, you're late for dinner," and that was like it. It was so small.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll have to go look for it. Thank you, Tia.
You're welcome.
Tia is with Geek Vibes Nation. She keeps us updated on everything that's going on in the geeky world and pop culture news. And she is the reason that we are all here tonight, because she was like, so are we going to talk about this?
Because I was freaking out. I told you I was losing my mind.
So yes, if you are not done with Daredevil Born Again, get out of here.
Spoilers everywhere.
Yes. Or if you can leave the stream on but mute it so that we get credit for you being here, that would be great. But go back and watch it or listen to it later, because here we go. I've got Tia here, Geek Vibes Nation, assistant producer Michelle. Producer Patches is in the kitchen because he's got to go back to making chicken for the cats. I am going to, normally I go around the horn, I let everybody else talk, and then I'm like, and here's my feelings. I am going to start off just by saying that I have been questioning whether or not I am actually a good person or if I need more therapy, because I enjoy Frank Castle so much.
Yep.
I laugh so hard at the terrible things he's doing to people. Like, it is, I mean, we watch things and sometimes you are cheering and you're like, oh, that's kind of gross. But there is something about Frank Castle that I'm like, I might need to sort this out. Like, I have counseling on Friday and I had some plans, and I may just have to table all of that and be like, we need to talk about my dark side. Is anybody else feeling that?
I tweeted this and I was like, remember when we all a lot of people were going, oh, Disney's going to tone it down. It's going to be like rated G. I think they went even crazier. I've never seen some of the stuff that was in Daredevil Born Again in the Netflix version. Okay.
Yeah.
When the whole head crushing thing.
Oh my God.
Yes.
They did. Because remember in season 1 of Daredevil, Fisk, with the door, we didn't even see that. We just heard it. In this, they're like, oh no, we're gonna show it.
We're actually going to show it. Right. Because right. I would normally look away, but I was conditioned to what we saw on Netflix, like you said. Like, you're imagining what's happening, but you're not actually seeing it happening. And this, especially this last episode, I was like, Does
There's
Disney
a lot.
know that they put this up? Like, did they show Disney a different version, and then they're like, ha ha ha?
Moms are showing their kids. They're like, "It's Daredevil. It's gonna be fine." And all of a sudden, like Frank Castle is like pulling someone's arm through like a metal bar and just completely. When that, I was like,
I know Disney makes you do a code for mature
Yeah.
shows on Disney now. So
Oh, do they?
yeah, since they brought the Netflix, all the Netflix Marvel.
Ah,
Okay.
gotcha. Okay. I
And
don't know.
listen-
I've never entered a code. Patches, did you enter a code?
No, because we don't have kids. So
What, you think Disney knows that?
I have a code
I don't know.
on my own.
Do you?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I've
It's
never.
so you can watch the mature. That's what the
Gotcha.
code's for.
It
Oh.
did do something for me, like originally, like, hey, this is adult like content
Right.
and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you another thing with the Netflix, not to just keep comparing, because like the Netflix
No, it's fine.
universe was
Compare
amazing.
away.
But I always remember in the Netflix one, it was like technically PG-13, so you could say one F-bomb, right? And it
Mhm.
was always like fun to be like, when's the F-bomb gonna come?
Yeah.
And again, in the Disney one, it was like F this, F that, and I'm no freaking like curse police or anything, but I was like, damn, okay, we're just so liberal here about this. Like when Matt like said to Bullseye, and he was like, F you, and I was like, you said that with your whole chest.
Yes. Yeah.
That wasn't even like a whisper, because I feel like in Netflix they'd be like, yeah, F it, and no, he was like,
Yeah.
obviously this show is a kids show, so I'm not going to say it on here, but
So let's kind of I want to get your thoughts like overall. Oh, hi Fulton, thanks for watching crew number 66. I saw Leanne, crew number 10 checking in. Let us know how you are feeling about Daredevil Born Again as well. So like we're all kind of coming off of the the finale, which was a lot, but overall thoughts. I'm gonna go with Patches just because he's my husband and he needs to make our cats chicken, so we'll let him go first.
not even because he's my husband, and
I love him.
Because
I
he's
love
my husband
him.
and I love him, and I'm sorry ladies, but I put him before you. No,
No,
I'm like,
he's gotta
you
be
need to make the
for the cat.
chicken.
All right. We all know that is complete BS. Number one. Well, actually, number one is the cats come first. Period. Full stop. So
Well, yeah.
no matter what happens.
That's
but-
that was like in our vows. Like
Yeah,
I promised to
basically.
love the cats before you always.
At the time, we only had 3,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
we were good. But no, I think the struggle with him, like the internal struggle trying to fight, not putting the suit back on throughout the entire series, was really good. I think Charlie Cox played that brilliantly, like showing the inner torment and everything.
Mhm.
And it's, obviously the show started very, like it was a jolt. It was a kick right to the feels, with Foggy getting killed. But that withstanding, seeing everyone come back, having the Punisher back, and and Karen's back now at the end, and you could tell it's going to roll into the next season. It was good to see. It was good to see Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin again, and in the sense that he was more methodical about how he approached his crime this time, as
Mhm.
opposed to being like standard crime boss MO kind of thing. Again, the head smashing was great. Him beating.
It was not great.
Oh, it was awesome. Are you kidding me? It was great.
It was gross.
But I also agree with KJ. I don't feel bad as watching the Punisher like disembowel people. It was
What is wrong with
awesome.
us?
I mean,
It was just great.
It's just great to see that Frank Castle is just doing like really well in a really good headspace. Clearly.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, no, just seeing that, I mean, just even jokingly, it's like, what about him? Pop, just shoots him, like blows a guy in the head while he's talking to Matt Murdock. He's like, oh, what about him? Does he deserve forgiveness? Pow! I was just like, good God. Like,
That was,
keep it
I
going.
mean, that
Let's
was
keep it going.
really, that was really the moment where I was like, there is something wrong with me, because I'm like sitting here watching it. It was so intense. I literally had this, and I'm like, and then, and he did that, and I spit my drink out. I was laughing so hard, and I was like, that was not funny. Like,
oh, it was perfectly delivered, though. That's the thing.
Frank Castle learned his lesson, because I don't know if you remember in the second season of Daredevil where the two of them are fighting other people and Matt's like, no killing, and he keeps preventing Frank from like killing people, and Frank was like, I ain't even gonna give him a chance this time.
Yeah.
He's not even gonna have a chance.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I felt like, I mean, obviously they can't they can't have Frank Castle in every episode. Like, that's not how it works, and that's not how he and Daredevil work. But like the two of them together is just
Beautiful.
like, he makes Daredevil so much better. Like, it's just, there's just something about them together that is just, it's wonderful chemistry and it's good balance. And I was like, I am laughing so hard at all of these horrific things happening, and I want more of it.
Yep.
I want more of it.
Well, and you could still see that there between Frank Castle and Karen as well. There's still a little spark there as well.
Oh my God!
So.
When
Tia, are you shipping this? Are you shipping?
Yes, I don't know if you guys know on the fandom, it's #Castle with a K, right? Can Castle. That's their,
right.
That's their. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it's been 7 years, and we have new Castle content. I can't. Like, no, okay, not to like skip or anything, but it's like you have Frank, who essentially is living like a freaking hobo, and like all that, but as soon as his wife Karen calls, he's shaving, he's like, all right, I'll go babysit Matt and everything, and then like
and kill 40 people in the process.
Right.
And the way the two were looking at each other, the fact that Matt was like, I was hearing your heartbeats, I was like,
oh, that whole thing was so awkward and petty.
Yeah.
And I think Matt Murdock could sense like their connection, you could just
oh yeah. That was how he was talking about the heartbeats, and and then she's like, and what about my heartbeat when I saw you? And I'm like, oh my gosh, this whole thing, like with everything that's going on that is like so violent and terrible all around, and they're like, let's be petty for a minute.
Yes.
On the next episode of F-Boy Island.
This is the Karen and Matt content that I want, not them being like, this tragedy drove us apart and I gotta go to freaking LA to like get away from you and everything. And I'm like, stop this.
I hated that, how they just like in that first episode, they're just like, boom, Foggy's dead, boom, Karen's gone, and you're like, we didn't get like anything with like nothing. I did. Let me ask. I felt like it was a little weird in the last episode that all of a sudden Karen was just back. Like, did I miss something? How did she know to come back at like the exact right time and get Frank on board? And like, I just was like, how did Karen
Clearly Frank and Karen are texting, and Frank is like, go get your boy.
Right. Well, and Daredevil was starting to make news again. So
yeah, and that could have been after, him and Matt in the 4th episode, and then maybe they started texting, and maybe she's just building this army, gathering people for the next season.
Right, because I was like, where's this army gonna come from all of a sudden? We got like 20 minutes, guys.
Okay, so not to like pull a Mephisto, but did you guys I didn't know if you were gonna get that call back.
You had to do
Well played, Theo. Well played.
Did you guys low key think that he was going to open the doors and effing Jessica Jones and Luke Cage were going to be there? Would that not have been the perfect like?
Yes.
Yep.
Here's these guys.
Yeah.
What about Danny? We need Iron Fist.
I know there's a little bit of controversy about him playing.
I think
Iron
we're good.
Fist.
I think we're good.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of articles.
Yeah,
they can bring back Ward Meacham. I love that character, so they can bring him back. But no, I like not to like jump in and everything, but like
no, go ahead. I think Pat just needs to make his chicken.
Yes, I need to make chicken.
But I was just gonna say, like, obviously, like the first 10 minutes was heartbreaking. We've waited 7 years. You know, we want to see our avocados back in action. Then Foggy dies, the heart essentially of Matt. And then, as you said, then Karen goes away, and you're like, wow, this is really depressing. And we've obviously seen Matt in like a depressing space before, but it's like, I will admit that the first like couple of episodes, like maybe just 2 or 3, was like, who's this Cherry guy? Who's Kristen? Who's Heather? I don't want them. I want Foggy. I want Karen. I even want, what was the cop's name? You know, the cop that was always in, I know the like actor's name is Royce Johnson or something. But it's like, and it's like, where are these guys? Who are all these people? So, but anyway, you know, it was really beautiful though, in a way, seeing like Fisk's whole thing, you know, and him and Vanessa and him slowly getting back into the Kingpin, right? I know some people probably thought the character Daniel was like annoying. I kind of thought he was funny.
Yeah.
But then it's like, and then I felt so bad for White Tiger. I was like, that's heartbreaking.
Yes.
But then I want to say, like, either episode 4, episode 5, from then hit the ground running. From then it was insane. Getting everything with Muse, seeing the Frank Castle stuff again. Matt essentially saying F it and getting back into Daredevil. Fisk showing that he never really changed. Like when you see that he has Vanessa's like lover boy in
right.
Oh my gosh, right? You're like, okay, yep, you are just as crazy.
And I also wanted not to brag, but the second he showed her Adam, I was like, I literally told KJ, I said, she's gonna kill him.
That was so good. That was so good.
Yeah.
I love that. I thought that was phenomenal as well. And so, and then even Matt going to like visit Bullseye, like everything was just so good. I was watching the last few episodes like this, like in disbelief. It was just wild. I would say that probably like my only criticisms are I did think that Muse was going to be a lot bigger than I thought he was going to be, just for him to like simply get like killed off, you know?
Yeah.
Heather kind of annoyed me, and
God, yes.
And I promise you, it's not me just like, you know, oh, Matt and Karen need to be together or something. I was just like, Heather, and it's like I get it from her perspective. She doesn't know that Matt's Daredevil. In her mind, she just thinks that he's like checking out of this relationship. But I was just like, when she was like, Daredevil didn't save me, I saved me, and I was like, please stop, please stop. And then when she's like, clearly she's the bad guy now. She's now with Fisk. They're like,
I know. I was so disappointed.
I was.
It was like, wow, you know? But everything, like the shots in the show are beautiful. I mean, I just loved like the symbolism of Daredevil consistently being in red. And like you said, KJ, it was maybe a little odd to have Karen back and like act as if she didn't say to Matt that their like friendship was broken, you know? It's like, okay.
Yeah.
But you know, maybe she just needs some time away. Like Foggy's death was really intense, obviously. And piggybacking on Frank Castle, I just thought it was hilarious that like literally he's there complaining about like a coffee pot. I'm like, same.
Like the world is burning, and he's like, "What about some good coffee?"
That's a true New Yorker there. So it was amazing. I loved it. I can't believe we have to wait for another season. They're filming it now. It was just so good. Like that fight, and again, Disney really pulling it out. I was like, oh my, the fighting was crazy.
It was insane, especially in this
so the last two episodes, like that, the ball and all that, and we kind of knew, Bullseye was going to escape and all that, and
he's insane. Like,
yeah. You think?
And then Matt was putting two and two together when they're on the dance floor and all that. That Vanessa's the one that set up Foggy to be killed, and it was all to do about the city deal or whatever for that property. And but I loved her dress at the ball.
Oh,
the red dress.
All of them.
Oh my
so
gosh,
beautiful.
So beautiful.
Did you guys, by the way, feel like Matt was like ultra sassy in this like season?
Yes.
Especially the bank the bank robbery episode. I was like, Matt, you're playing like way fast and loose with this.
And there was a lot of Easter eggs about different characters like Miss Marvel, and somebody said something about from the Spider-Man the
Morales.
Morales.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I watched TikTok videos, and then I watched some of the reels that popped up. It was like 4 or 5 different Easter eggs of different characters.
I was really surprised with the. I mean, I guess if you hadn't watched Ms. Marvel, you wouldn't have noticed it. But I was just surprised that they referenced the show at all, because everything that I've heard, it's kind of done, right? And so for them to be writing it in, I'm like, oh, well, maybe there's a little hope, or maybe it just stays alive because it's in the same universe. So, but I was surprised.
It could be the Avengers coin.
Yeah,
Well,
and that's the thing. I mean, like, are they going to reboot the Defenders? Right.
I hope so.
Right. So, like, is
Disney?
Yeah, is Disney going to take another swing at the Defenders, recast that, because Miss Marvel is part of the Defenders, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So maybe that's why. And not to mention the fact her dad is he's like one of the coolest, most lovable characters of Marvel. I love her dad. I think he's hilarious.
He was adorable. The way he was bragging to Matt, where he was like, our own little, superhero in New Jersey. And then him showing the pop doll, and it's like, he can't see that, right?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yep. But just to cap on Tia's point too, just to add on to it, I think when she said how the show was shot, I'd like to add in the fact that it, much like how Netflix did it, but I think Disney did it better, was they made it so blue collar feeling. It was a workman show, right? It was a straight blue collar superhero feel, to where it's just like, oh, well, it's almost like, obviously you can't, but it's like, yeah, I could see that. I could relate to that a little bit. The guy's just doing his job and busting his hump, and here you go.
Well, especially with the scenes from BB, where she was like just talking to average New Yorkers of what they think. And I thought that was a nice touch. What do the people outside of what we see think about what the heck is happening? So I thought that was very cool. And sorry, Michelle.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, to have the niece of Ben Urich, and I was like, does she know that Fisk her uncle?
Yeah.
So that was
well, and then at the ball, like, getting that like gratification is like, oh, she actually knows.
Patches, where'd you go? Did you not get? He knocked
off stream.
I did not do that. Michelle, did you have any other thoughts?
There was a thought, and then I lost it, of course.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, but I want you to finish. I do that sometimes. I'll interrupt because
I did want to, to go back to what you were saying, Tia, about like the first few episodes and how you felt like maybe it didn't really pick up until the fourth one. I thought about that too, and like all of the newness, and again, like there was a part of it that felt I felt a little betrayed because we got Foggy and we got Karen and stuff, and so we were kind of set up for like where are the three of them going next, right? So I was thinking like I might go back and watch those episodes because I don't know that they were necessarily slow or not as well written or they were having any trouble getting going so much as it was an adjustment for us as the audience and our expectations to be like, well, this isn't what I wanted.
There definitely was a degree of that, right? Because again, you're like, I wanted the funness, Foggy being hilarious, Matt, this, Karen, this, and so I feel that I think to go back to like the White Tiger, episodes, I think that was a good interjection into it, them adding that. Again, part of me kind of looks back and goes, what was necessarily the point of killing his character off so early? I know the actor in real life unfortunately passed away.
Yes, he did.
But he passed away a year after the filming of it. So I'm kind of like, it kind of would have been cool to have him involved,
sure.
kicking butt and everything. But I believe that is that his niece or his daughter, I think in the comics, becomes the new White Tiger.
I believe so. I think.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure.
I'm not sure if it's a daughter or niece, but I'm pretty sure in that last episode, you can see her, when Fisk is doing that news thing and she's looking at the police and
the foreshadowing.
Yeah.
She's definitely going to join the army and everything. Right. So.
But I thought Matt won't want her to do it.
No, that'll be a whole thing.
So
yeah. But I think that'll be good to see, Matt sort of in that role because, he was, I mean, it's not like he was pretty young too when he started getting his anger on. So
yeah,
but you know how Matt is. He's like, oh, I can only do it, not you, and everything.
I don't know. This like new Matt, he might just be like, F it, come along, whatever. World's a mess. Sign up. We need an army.
I mean, Fisk literally doing martial law was crazy.
Yes. Go ahead, Michelle.
So I want to go to the Punisher because when he goes,
no, Tia and I don't want to talk about the Punisher more.
Oh, never about Frank Castle.
Yes.
Towards the end of the episode, he gets caught. I mean, he goes in there by himself, does this spree of trying to kill all these, the task force or whatever, and he gets himself caught. And then all the task force there, they got his symbol on their shirts and the task force. I'm like, I'm sure he's like really upset about that.
Oh, yeah.
But I love the extra credit scene at the end.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yes. Because
I did not see the extra credit scene.
Oh my God. There's Can we spoil it for you?
You knew it was happening. Come here, a little closer, closer.
Oh no!
Wait,
I'll watch it after this.
I was glad for that though, because at first, I mean, listen, I was just happy that Frank Castle was alive because I was like, are they going to kill him? They're going to have all these like fanboys kill him, and I was
like the swordsman is in one of those cages too. Was going to give money. You see him in one of those cages, like when Fisk and Vanessa was walking through to go have their dinner. You could see the sword. I think you could barely see him, but I thought I saw him. So,
Tia, when Frank's beating was happening, first of all, when all of the guys showed up in the Punisher shirts, and he was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "That's like what what he sees, like literally when he shows up to a Comic Con, right?" Like he's like,
I know he was so unamused by that. He was
yes. Tia, Leanne Googled the comics, and it's the niece for the White Tiger that will be taking over. I thought that was that's the relationship in the show. But when that was happening, when the whole like beating was happening, and I went to the same place, like, I mean, like at that point it had gotten so crazy. It's like anything could happen. And I was like, are they going to kill Frank Castle right now?
I mean, because at this point, anything's possible. They killed Foggy off. So,
but I also, then my brain was like, you can't do that to Tia. Like, you
please, like, mercy.
like I was like ready, like to stop the show if he died and call you and be like, "Are you okay?"
Me and Bonnie texted during that one. We're like, "Oh my god!"
It was so stressful. Like, "Oh my god, are they really gonna do this?" And then for my brain to be like, "But you can't do this to Tia." Like, you can't.
No. Michelle,
one thing about the Foggy death, some people say it was like from the comic book. There is a comic book where he faked his own death.
I've been seeing that, and I've been coping because
I'm hoping that's a good theory that's going to happen for season 2. So,
well, especially because they like interviewed, I think, the showrunner who said yes. The actor who plays Foggy will come back for season 2. There is no Matt without Foggy and Karen. And I'm like, but I don't want to get my hopes up because watch it be like flashbacks, you know, or like a dream
I saw
sequence.
something on Facebook today where it's saying that it's season 2 is kind of comic book related. So I don't know. We'll see.
But then it's kind of like,
I don't know if it's true or not, but you know.
But it's like, how do you fake that? Because Matt literally heard the last heartbeat of Foggy. So it's like, I think that would be really, I don't know. But now that they're into
before.
And also, well, yeah, they brought Elektra back, and with this being like really in the MCU, I mean, they could just say that he was a Skrull. So
right. I've seen that too. That was on that one thing about the different, like.
Listen, I mean, we saw Nick Fury die, but
yeah, that's what I was going to say. We did too.
Yeah, so you know,
so there's a flashback, and all of a sudden Nick Fury's like making sure.
I couldn't remember the name, so I was trying to think. I was like,
that was Nick Fury. Yep.
I was just like, how do you kill off Foggy?
I don't know. Let's see. Yep, that's what Leanne's saying too. The drugs.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, but I mean, like. He didn't need, like, what happened to Foggy didn't require drugs to stop his heart. Like, that was like, I don't know how they bring him back from that. That was straight up murder, dude.
Also, though, like, I'm so sorry for Lady barking. Lady, stop.
Lady. It's Wolf Wednesday. Please allow her to get it out. It's fine.
But, I mean, it's Vanessa, like, because I mean, Vanessa's just so like smooth, right? But it's also like, did you think that you could kill Foggy and like Matt was just gonna take that? Because at this point they knew Matt was Daredevil. That's not like not a thing, right? So it's just kind of like, what were you thinking? Did you think this was gonna go well?
Well, and I think the hit was before Fisk came back. So, you know, and he was getting ready to file some kind of motion. I think that's what came out in the last episode. You know? You know, once they found it. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she thought at that point that she was untouchable, because I mean, she really was, you know, at that point, she was in charge. She had it all. So maybe she just thought she could do whatever she wanted.
And do you think that Fisk chose Heather as his therapist to get to Matt?
Oh yeah, they like have.
First.
Oh, KJ did definitely breathe.
Frozen.
Just like poor KJ. No,
It's hard not to.
wait, can we get this away? Hang on, KJ. Oh no, I can't take you away. I don't have this.
Chat. Let me private chat.
I don't. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think that Fisk chose Heather on purpose to get at Matt because,
and that's what Matt tried to tell her, and she just didn't believe him. No, there's no way. Why? But
I'm sorry. Know. I felt like Heather was so annoying, and I felt bad for feeling that she was annoying. But then I don't feel bad at the same point. Because again, I saw people online, they're like, you gotta think about from Heather's like perspective. And her perspective, he's just checking out.
Hey guys,
he's showing up
back.
with like random bruises.
I don't know if I can hear you. Our power went out. I can't hear you. I'll be back.
Okay.
I can hear you.
I can hear you. So
yep, she is checked in on her phone. So I turned the hotspot on my phone so I can get on quicker. As opposed to wait for our router to reset.
Shoot.
Works smarter than
that happens.
Right?
But I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, it'd be interesting, Heather's role in season 2 being on this mental health thing that he had her to be a part of. So it'd be interesting, I think.
Did you think it was shocking that woman Sheila like sold the police commissioner out?
I mean, I think she's just buying her time, really, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it's self-preservation, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I was
because was against that one guy for being in that one position, and she's been trying to get Fisk to stay on that political level,
Yeah, well, but I think she played that character really well too, because until the point she turned on the commissioner, you really didn't know. Like it was a legit 50-50. Like so she did that brilliantly.
Oh yes, yes. When he got in the car, I knew he was a goner. Like
100%.
Don't get in the car.
As soon as he saw the cop with the Punisher symbol, and he's like, "Is that fresh ink?" And then they bring him to that creepy place with all the plastic, and I was like, "Oh, you're dying, right?"
Right.
Like, I mean, Fisk just can't help himself. First with the car doors, and now smashing someone's face. I mean. Hi, KJ. You're back.
Hi.
She was frozen with your mouth just a little open.
Oh, it was so funny. You were like this.
We were trying not to laugh.
I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, that is the third time that our power's gone out today. I don't know what's going on over here.
It's kind of windy out today.
Yeah, but it's like it's making like the big boom, like the transformer.
Oh,
it's like,
yeah.
You're like, do we need to take cover? What's going on? So here we are.
We're making it. We're making it.
All right, I'm going back to chicken.
All right. Anything else with Daredevil Born Again that we did not cover?
I mean, we kind of just talked about Heather a little bit about what her role will be next season with.
Yeah, she can go
Fisk and I mean, I'm not really a big fan of Heather, even though I know she kind of took Matt's mind off of things,
Yeah.
It just proved that no matter what, Matt still got it.
Oh yes.
Sure does. Okay. Go ahead, Tia.
One last thing I would want to ask. I mean, and I know that we have other things to get to, but really quick, what is it that you'd like to see in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again?
The Defenders.
The Defenders. Yes.
I would like to see Luke Cage and Jessica Jones.
Yes.
At least those two out of the Defenders. I mean, I know people are really about the, Danny being a part of it. And I didn't mind him as Iron Fist. So, he was just kind of cocky.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, I think of all of them, Iron Fist was the least favorite, probably the one that we would be okay without. Thank you, Leanne. She said it's the vigilantes turning the power off.
Yeah.
Yeah, vigilantes.
And that's why we got to get rid of the vigilantes.
That was really good, Tia.
It'd be nice to see maybe Echo be a part of
Yeah.
the army.
I'd like to see Tia playing the role of Fisk.
When I was a boy, Vanessa.
Oh my.
Give her an award. So a couple of things I did want to talk about. Tia will be joining us at PopCon June 27th through the 29th. Very excited about Tia coming, and you're taking a train to get it, like a train all the way here.
Yes.
Wow.
There's a good reason. I just don't want to say it on air.
No, you're fine. I just think it's awesome. Like, I want Tia's train adventures to be chronicled. Like, as you're making.
I love taking trains.
Yes,
I've taken trains in the past, so.
Yeah. It's a 22-hour train.
that's
be
why you
fun.
were asking if there's food.
Yes. If you're on a train during the day, they have it open from like in the morning to like 6 a.m. I think until like.
Is there a bar at night?
Not overnight, but I'm sure they sell drink.
Yes.
Maybe.
I'm gonna
always bring my own snack, but I'm usually an overnight because it's just an overnight trip, 7 hours from here to where my mom and them are.
Okay.
So,
No, just to give
but
you an
I have
example.
traveled from West Virginia all the way to Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right. Well,
and
I'm
that was a
very
long
excited
train
about
ride.
Tia's train to PopCon coming.
It
soon.
literally, I will be leaving at 6:30 in the morning on Friday and getting in at 5:30 in the morning on Saturday.
Oh my gosh.
Is that downtown Indianapolis?
You're gonna have to.
It's
Okay. Well, you're gonna have to
Indianapolis,
let us
Okay.
know. Like,
The
you're
Union
gonna need a
Station's right
plan.
there downtown, not far from where we're going to be at. So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I figure I'll just show up. I'll hitchhike.
At first, like, I was like, I thought it said you were getting in Saturday night at 5:30, and I'm like, why are you even coming?
No.
like PopCon will be closed by the time you get to the convention center, and then you'll just be here for Sunday, and you'll have to go home.
No. It just reminds me of when you and Patches came to New York, and I was like, I'll meet you guys. And I was like, yeah, I'll just take a train and then take, another train and then take a cab and everything. And you guys were just like laughing. You were like, Tia, that was not close. What are you talking about?
It was so much work to just like come have lunch with us.
It was worth it. All right. It was worth it.
Oh, thank you. But I was like, wow, that's some dedication. She's still going to come, even though like she's literally going to get like 5 hours of PopCon on Sunday.
I mean, listen, PopCon was the first time I've ever gone 3 days at a convention. Normally it is just one day.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, PerCon was officially listed as an attraction as part of PopCon today. So
Nice.
it's real. It's official. It's happening.
Love
it. So Friday night we have our next kitty committee, and here's the thing. I was like, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to try out musical cat boxes on Friday night on the live stream. Patches and I cleaned our garage out on Sunday, and we literally don't have a cardboard box in our house right now. And I was like, we had like half a garage full of cardboard 2 days ago, and now I don't even have a cardboard box to my name to play.
Some?
No, it's fine. I mean, we'll have plenty by June.
I have a
worry.
big Chewy box in there. I just have
I
to
was
take
gonna
the cat
say,
litter out.
The amount of Chewy boxes that come to this house, it's
Well, I know.
not going to be a problem.
Right.
Chances are the garage will be full up again by the end of the week. So
So for Friday night, if you want to join us, just go to perconindy.com and check that you want to be one of our VIPs. That'll put you on an email list that will get you tickets when they go on sale for PerCon. So PerCon will be free with PopCon, but there's going to be some panels and experiences and different cool things that go along with being a VIP. So you're going to want to do that. So get on the list. Friday night after the Kitty Committee. Do you guys watch Shark Tank? Are you Shark Tank people? Okay.
I mean, I've seen clips.
I've seen
love
clips of Shark Tank.
Well, Friday night there is a couple that's going to be on there, and their company is called Frame Your Feline. You can go watch it on my YouTube channel. I interviewed them and posted it yesterday. First of all, they're both just like delightful human beings. But Tia, Michelle, did you see any of the clips that I put up of the?
I've only scrolled through Facebook while I was working today and saw the one. And
all good.
It looked like you were laughing and.
Well, because they're like. So they're frames, but that you can swap out the artwork in, which is really cool. But they're deep enough, and they've designed it so like cats can just sit in them. So you can have beautiful artwork on your wall that your cats can then just like climb through.
Oh, I think I saw a clip of that.
Yeah,
I love that.
Oh my gosh! And when they started like showing me that you could like swap out the background, so they're getting ready to release like a Halloween background, and they have Christmas and they have spring, and you know there's like it, and the artwork is really nice. So it's like a way to have beautiful things in your house if you still want to have cat shelves too. So
I love that.
Yes, they'll be on Shark Tank on Friday if you're a fan of Shark Tank. What else are we gonna watch now that we don't have Daredevil, ladies?
Well, Doctor Who just started on Saturdays.
Yes. Did you watch it?
I watched it yesterday. Yeah. I watched it twice. But
okay, Michelle, I thought it was a really great episode. Obviously, they're starting with a new companion, but it is tied into the first season, so not completely new. There's some tie in there.
Since a baby. I mean, that was like the first step for the first season of him being the Doctor.
Yeah. But I am just going to say I did not in any way appreciate.
I know what you're going to say.
I did not appreciate that they killed a cat in the first 5 minutes.
I knew it. I was like, Patches and KJ are not going to watch this show.
I was well, I'm never, ever watching this episode again, no matter how good it is the rest of the way, because Doctor Who just killed a cat. Like, and you didn't
email the producers or whatever.
I was like, I mean, like, Patches he has a harder time with this stuff than I do, but I don't even know. Patches, or do you want to talk about?
He's sitting down right now.
Talk about how Doctor Who came back and killed a cat, and they didn't even address it. It wasn't even like poor.
No, the robot just said the cat is not. I mean, he had a line. He said it 2 or 3 times. So
it was terrible.
Yeah, I just actually KJ and I just sat there. We just looked at each other completely bug-eyed. We're like, they did not just do that.
Well, and you guys watched it before I did. So yesterday when I was watching it, I was thinking of both of you. I was like, how did they watch it? I was surprised.
Yeah.
Honestly,
that was a rough one.
There was part of me that was like, I need to go back and watch that episode again, because I was so disturbed and distracted and like, Doctor Who killed a cat, like that I was not even paying attention to half the stuff that was happening. I had to process the fact, because if someone's like, hey, you should watch this show, it's really great, everything's awesome, but there is this one episode where they kill a cat, I will just never watch it. Like, I don't care how good, I would not watch it. And so there's part of me that is incredibly conflicted right now that the show that I love did this. And it's like, you never see the cat. It like gets vaporized. You can tell the body of a cat was there, and you hear
it ends up like Christmas Vacation, basically. is basically what happens.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what happened after that.
But for the Whovians out there, excuse me,
the Whovians,
I don't know if anyone caught the old lady that lives next door. If anyone caught the fact that she is wearing a gold tooth, and the master was trapped in a gold tooth per the toy maker. So. Yes. Just saying, I think they're laying groundwork for the master to come back.
Yep.
Yep.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I didn't either. He caught it right away. He was like, "Oh, did you see that? The master's coming back." I'm like, "Uh-oh."
So I know other shows.
It was a good start.
Coming on.
Let's see. Leanne is excited. Is Andor? Is it back out?
The 22nd,
21st or 22nd. Yeah, I think it's 22nd. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it's going to be the second and final season.
Yeah,
of Andor. So I am looking forward to that. And I think on our last KJ Today show, there's Tales of the Empire is coming out on May 4th. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
We do have an upcoming Game of Thrones show. It's the Sir Duncan Egg one and everything. So I mean,
and The Last of Us just came out on Sunday.
It just started.
So
I watched the first episode.
Patches is really excited, obviously.
Super. I'm just gonna comment on Andor right now. For those who don't want to go through and watch the entire season, Disney Plus is actually doing a recap of season 1.
Minutes.
They're doing a full recap, so you could just
it's already
pick up on season 2. So it's really cool.
That's dope.
Yeah,
Patches likes that because he didn't continue on. He didn't like Andor enough to keep watching it, so I was watching it without him.
Yes, Unfortunately, I hated doing it, but
I mean, it wasn't my favorite Star Wars show, but I mean, I liked Rogue One a lot. So I was let's get into this. But I mean, it had its moments. I like Diego Luna, so I'm glad to see him back.
I think once I just kind of separated myself from like what I expect Star Wars to be and just let it be a different type of show. Like they have a right in the Star Wars universe to just make something completely different, right? And that was what they were doing with Andor. But you have to be like, well, this isn't exactly what I expect from Star Wars, but that doesn't mean it's not a good show. And then I enjoyed it a lot more.
I know there was that one show that I don't think did very well.
That one.
It, but
what's
I can't remember
the
name
one
of
with?
It's with all the kids.
With Jude Law.
I like Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So,
it was cute. I liked it.
I thought it was cute. It had a good story.
Yeah.
Of course, Jude Law was in it. And
I was like, why is everybody hating on this? I want more Jude Law.
And what about the one with Carrie Ann Moss in it too? I mean, like that one got that one got ripped apart.
Yeah,
that was a rough
honest
one
with you right now. I hated that. And
I
know that people hated it for other reasons. I just hated the story. I hated the acting.
I just thought they could do so much better. Again, they were like, we're going to do something different. And I'm like, Star Wars is going to have a witch show. This is going to be awesome. With Carrie Ann Moss, this is going to be amazing. And then they're like, she's not really in it. Ha ha.
This is my thing. If I can go on like a hot take rant and everything really quick about the Acolyte, because I know it's like dead and gone, right? It's been beaten with a stick at this point. Yeah. But it takes place like not even 100 years from the Phantom Menace. You got the guy literally in Phantom Menace going, the Sith have been extinct for millennia. And he's present for effing Sith. And then the whole thing is that there's always only two Sith, a master and an apprentice. And that's how it's been for the last 1,000 years since the Darth Bane lineage. Okay, I'm nerdy here, right? I know the Legends continuity of the Sith, all right? And then you just bring in these effing no-names and you're like, they're also Sith. And at the end, we got Darth Plagueis looking like an effing creep and everything. Yoda apparently knows also about the Sith. And it's like,
Right.
why are we so bad with the continuity? And then I saw someone also point out, because like the new thing with Disney is like bleeding the lightsabers instead of it, because in the past it used to be just Sith making their lightsabers red to almost be an affront against the Jedi, but now it's like mood rings and everything. So if this random chick who just did like one thing, it makes her. You're telling me Anakin's doesn't turn red after killing like a whole group of children?
Right.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm getting too up in arms about this.
I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
It was so
Let it out.
stupid. It was so stupid to me.
Okay,
I
so
couldn't
back to
stand it.
Game of Thrones. There's the
I'm sorry.
new show
Thank you, Michelle.
or whatever. Right. I can't remember.
It's like it's Dunkin' Egg. It's
the night of whatever.
Yes.
Isn't it the
What
night?
is it? I do not know what you're talking about. This is totally off my radar. I don't know
It's
what
a
you're
Game
talking
of
about. And
Thrones.
so all I'm hearing is Dunkin' Eggs.
It's a Game of Thrones, and they're Targaryens, but their nicknames are Dunk and Egg, like Aegon.
Okay.
Like Aegon. So I think it takes place not that too far behind like the first season of Game of Thrones, right? Like I think it's only like 100 years, maybe even like 50 or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It's short. It's going to be like 6 episodes. I think they just because it's based on a novella by George R.R. Martin, so I think it's just to tie us over while we wait for season 3 of House of the Dragon,
which they are filming. So
yes,
yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. And then
direwolves.
Oh, the
direwolves are back.
Why are we doing this, guys? We do not need direwolves back. Okay. Like, number one, like, listen, we have a pet population problem. We don't need to be making more pets. And secondly, direwolves are not pets. Like, they're not. You're not going to have a direwolf snuggled up on the couch with you, Tia. Like,
Who said?
No,
my niece wants one. So she's like,
right. This is the problem. I'm like, what are we doing? We did not need to bring these things back. They're going to eat us.
The best thing was I saw people were mad because there's 2 boys and 1 girl. The boys are Romulus and Remus, and then the girl is Khaleesi. And then people were getting pissed that none of them were named after the Starks, even though they're like the House Sigil. And I'm like, well, if Jon Snow hadn't killed Daenerys,
right?
Maybe, just maybe.
That is
That's
the least
funny.
of our problems with messing with nature and bringing back direwolves. Okay,
KJ's very concerned. She's like, did we not learn from Jurassic Park?
Exactly. Like, we have seen this happen, guys. Let's not bring back apex predators.
Right.
We were doing pretty good without them. Come on.
So KJ, there is a crew member that had some good news that he wanted to share.
Oh,
so I'm going to scroll back up and share that for you because he really wanted you to know about it.
Yes. Oh, Mr. Fulton, breaking news. Got an email from the Indianapolis Colts. I am going to be in the Colts Hall of Fans this year.
Yeah, that's the thing they're doing now.
Oh, okay. Oh, very cool. And he
Yeah.
says they're going to be taking a picture of the banner at Lucas Oil Stadium. Very cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Yeah,
Fulton.
that's great.
Always big things happening. Thank you very much, Michelle, for catching the comments there as we were going tonight. One final recommendation: if you're looking for something that is you need to come down off of Daredevil and all of the killing and the darkness and
disemboweling and
yes. The Residence is a fantastic, fun, very. Oh my gosh, it is a great like murder mystery. The cast is fantastic. It has a gazillion plot twists. It's very well written.
Have you watched The Bondsman yet?
We have not watched The Bondsman
Not
yet,
yet.
but that is probably
However,
next on our list.
we have gone through this current season of Reacher as well, and it was fabulous.
So good.
I mean, it does have
finish
gore
it?
in it. Just a FYI.
We finished Reacher. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Alan
That was so
Richardson
good.
was so good in it. Oh my!
I know,
God.
right?
Yes. Yeah, that was great. So there's at least a couple of things. Well,
And then I
Reacher
finished
is pretty violent,
1923.
too.
So
Oh, you did?
yes,
How was it?
it was great.
Oh, good.
I mean, the last episode is very sad.
Mhm.
I mean, so I just think the person she was trying to get to her husband and just every struggle that she went through, but the actress that played her, I can't think of her name right off the top of my head right now, but she deserves an Emmy for what she went through, like because she came from over in London, England, you know, to New York, and then they put the women through these like physicals, like she had to strip down in front of everybody, these doctors, and they had to, you know, and then this guy tries to do something in the bathroom to her, and then this guy, she was trying to make some money so she could eat because she was pregnant, and this guy that she was serving, she didn't have stockings on, so he decides to put his hand up her skirt.
Oh my gosh, Michelle!
I'm telling you, no, like this girl went.
I was giving recommendations.
Positive.
I was giving recommendations for things that were lighter that would make us feel better. And you're like, let me go dark.
The positive part of
All right, guys, let's talk about Handmaid's Tale. Do you see any similarities?
Really? I haven't watched that, so
I've never watched it before.
My sister's trying to get me to watch it, but
I don't think it's a good idea.
I don't know if I could do it.
I don't think it's a good idea. I watched about 5
I'm watching Fire Country though.
Oh, nice.
It's really good. I'm on season 3.
But to KJ's point though, we have one episode left of The Residence, and it's like it's very Sherlocky, but it's very well written. It like goes off the rails, but it goes off the rails in such a
kind of
funny logical sense. So yeah, Randall Park's in it.
There's a lot of people in it.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It kind of remind me of the two movies, the Glass Onion, those
Knives Out.
It had Chris Evans in the first one.
Yep. Knives Out.
That's kind of what it reminded me of. So
very much so. Yes. Yes. All right, guys.
I was thinking about rewatching iZombie randomly. So
I have not watched iZombie.
No, you know
how I am about. You're not,
but it's fun. It's quirky.
It's very.
It's not
the real
your
story behind
zombie.
it. The real story behind it is we started watching the first few episodes together. KJ and I did, and then I started watching it ahead of her, and she got very mad at me. And she's like, "Screw it."
Oh no, there have been shows where I've gotten mad at you about that, but that one wasn't. I know I didn't. I have not watched a single episode of iZombie ever. I didn't watch anything with you. I have not seen 5 minutes of that show.
It's so
I've only seen commercials.
It was not iZombie. It was not iZombie. There have been many that you have done that with, but not I.
iZombie
is trying
so
to get me to watch it. And I was like, I don't.
Where I fell in love with Rose McIver.
And me and Mike are watching Paradise. Have you guys?
I've heard of Paradise.
Very good.
We're going to get into that.
Episode 5, so
I got to get into
we're halfway through it.
Leanne says iZombie is a hoot. How can I not watch iZombie with that recommendation?
It's Rose MacGyver, and she's essentially doing the same thing in Ghost. It's like she takes on the personalities of every brain she eats, but it's funny, okay?
It's really funny.
Good.
All right,
I'll
consider it. I'll consider it. Yeah. Now that I'm watching, because the thing is, like, I really don't like zombie shows, but since I am like suffering through The Last of Us just because it is so good,
Dead City's coming out,
that I'm willing
KJ,
to watch it.
If I can make a final argument, I know we're going over and everything. It's not your typical zombie thing. It's literally like Rose MacGyver plays this character Liv, who had like this normal life. She gets scratched at like a boat party and becomes a zombie, but she's like hiding it from everyone. So in fact, she just looks like a really pale like person. And so it's like, but she like works at a morgue to obviously feed her like brain addiction like need, but it's like it's not like you know, like
did anybody watch the Drew Barrymore, the one that was on Netflix that's sort of like that? Like
I did not watch that only because
I
thought they were fighting off a zombie.
Santa Clarita Diet. It's got a huge. I mean, like there are so many cameos in that show. Nathan Fillion is on several episodes of it. It's actually a very well done show. It's a well done show, and Timothy Olyphant. He's a good actor. He's a great actor. Him and Drew Barrymore are husband and wife, and it is. I mean, it's worth a binge. It really is, because it moves very fast.
All right, guys, I'm calling it. Buffy's over here acting a fool. And,
I still have chicken to cut up, damn it.
Patches isn't done with the chicken, so
get
it's time
to work.
Wrap it up. Thank you very much for joining us. As always, you can find us at thekindofnerdygirls.com. You can find The Kind of Nerdy Girls on Instagram, Facebook, all of those places. And if you would like to join our crew so that you can keep up with everything that's going on with KJ today, just go to kjcrew.com. And if you're into cats, we'll see you at PurCon, June 27th through the 29th at the Indiana Convention Center. Go to PurConIndy.com to get all caught up on all of the fun cat things we are nerding out about. Thanks again for joining us. And I can't figure out how to get that off the screen, so I'm just going right to the end. Good night.